Lionhearted Entertainment.
Welcome to episode 4 of the Check the Tide podcast, where we bring you the next wave in music, sports, and business. I am your host, Alec Levinson, and here with me is Lee Alessandrini and Tono Morales. Like always, on today's episode, we will cover what new music dropped, what projects we are most excited for this coming week, and our segment for the day, our top 5 songs of the year, where we have to name 5 songs each without repeating one another's. All right, let's start it off with Nav's Monster Deluxe album. What were the takeaways? What did we like? What didn't we like?
Started off super fanly.
I think a lot of them I like. The production value is just insane. On especially like the first half, the production value is incredible on a lot of the songs. Like recap the vocal mixing on that song with Don Toliver's voice and Nav's voice like layered on top of each other is amazing. A lot of the beats are incredible. I mean, I would like to hear Tono's opinion on the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, as not a Nav fan, I think it was pretty good. Definitely his best project he's had so far. The only thing that I didn't really like that much is that there was just like too much of the same sounding music. I don't think it was like too diverse as far as the sound goes. I know like some songs were obviously at like different tempos and different rhythms than others, but overall I think like a good amount of it sound like pretty similar. Like he didn't really change his flow up too much, and I hate the fact that the song with Lil Uzi was the featured single, because I think that song was garbage. There's a lot.
What do you mean by featured single? Like that's the one that they're pushing?
That's the one they're pushing. That's the one that was
outside of Turks.
Yeah, I guess they're done with Turks because Turks came out a while ago. But like when this first came out, the Uzi song was the one like high up on Apple Music charts. It was the one on the Rap Life playlist. But I think that's probably one of the worst songs on the album. I think the album's a lot better than that song alone. So I feel bad like if people who really didn't bump Nav like that went to check out him and they see the Uzi song and then they're just like, oh, this isn't that good, and then they turn away from it because the album.
I completely agree with that. I don't think that song is very good.
Yeah, it doesn't do the album any justice.
I don't think it's bad, but it's not like the song that I would tell someone to listen to because I thought Nav was dope.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even add it. I just skipped right over that one. But, I mean, overall, I thought it was a pretty solid project. Definitely not doing the 160K, whatever the fuck you were talking about last week.
I mean, so that's definitely something interesting because I would have agreed with you before they released the extra songs.
I don't even know how that counts, but I don't think it's –
I think that's why they did that, and it does count.
I don't think it's still going to even add up to the – I don't even think it's going to break 100K.
I don't know because a lot of people have basically done that since the whole streaming era started. Like, remember when Ray Shremmerd released, like, the triple album and it went platinum, but it was just because, like, there was, like, 40 songs on the album? Like, I think that it may have not been doing as well as Cash thought it was going to do, and that's why they put out the songs on Monday.
Yeah, but the thing
instead of waiting until this Friday to do that.
The thing is, the deluxe album wasn't that crazy. Like, it's not like it had, like, a bunch of bangers on it that –
no, but it just has a lot of songs on it.
Yeah, it just gets
it's
the
really
extra
it's
plays.
really more for just like getting those additional streams. Because if they count it just by a flat static number, like the amount of sales that you get is just divided by a static number, then the best way to game that system is just to put out as many songs as you possibly can on the album.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't see it. I think it's still projected to do like 80K. I don't think it breaks 100.
But my point is the projection before the bonus songs came out on Monday.
I think it's still the same projection though.
And also Nav, I was looking at a lot of his credits on like Wikipedia. He charts a lot more frequently in Canada. And Canada has a separate like charting system.
Oh yeah. Well, theirs isn't like
separate platinum system.
Yeah, you could go like platinum in other countries with like 1/10 of the sales in the US, but like that's the thing. It's a whole different country. So like, is Canada really relevant to music in our eyes?
Well, for an artist from Canada,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I mean, obviously that makes sense. But like, if you're charting Canada's #1 album or your Billboard's #1 album, like, what do you want to be? You know?
Right. But I mean, Nav is essentially the headlining artist outside of The Weeknd for XO. And XO is the biggest label in.
I mean, pretty much the main label in Canada at this point.
Yeah, right. I mean, besides OVO.
Yeah.
I just want to circle back to what Tono said about the album being repetitive and kind of him sounding kind of pretty similar down throughout. I thought this was his most diverse project in terms of sound. If you go back through it, I mean, what made you think it was so repetitive? If you look at it, he had, and listen to it, he had Mustard on there. He had Cardo on there. He had Wheezy with Future and Young Thug on there. So he had those kind of bangers. He had his old sound with his old producers from Canada. If you look at the song My Space, it was kind of his old flow from his 2017 album, Nav.
That was my second favorite song on the album.
Yeah, that song's awesome.
So I think that there was just so many different sounds on there. Yeah, his flow sometimes he brings it back, but I think the sounds of it, he really did a great job of putting the songs together.
I mean, him individually to me is just sound the same. Like the songs, I think it was a good
say that
mix
because they think that he has a monotone voice. I think it's just his voice. To be completely honest,
it probably is his voice.
I think people
honestly
just don't like Nav's voice. They think that it sounds monotone.
I mean, I kind of agree, but I kind of like his voice and like the way they auto-tune it.
I personally love that sound.
Yeah.
Like, I've been listening to that sound since Speaker Knockers was huge. And I love that sound. It's my favorite sound in rap music. But I understand where people are coming from. Like, I get why a lot of people don't like it.
Yeah, it just sounds repetitive.
Like
that's the thing. Like, if you listen to whatever 30 tracks of that fucking sound, it's gonna. I
think that's where artists need to be a little bit more smart when it comes to which keys they use. Like, not repeating the same key over and over again. And also, like, the thing that I was talking about before, which was the wheel, the key wheel, where you can go from like one key to the next key without like really breaking stride when you mix songs together. I feel like someone like Travis Scott thinks about that when they put songs together. But other people are just like, I'm just going to make a bunch of like trap rap songs and throw them awkwardly onto this album. Right. And there's not really like a thought out musical perspective on it of how do these things go together. He does have that a little bit. So I feel like one really, really good example of Nav going the extra mile for songs that nobody has pointed out in any of the reviews that I've looked at so far was the transition between the end of Run It Up with Pop Smoke into Spend It. Like, basically the beat transitions from the one song to the like perfectly. Most people don't do that.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times.
If he could translate that, but if he could translate that to like using the key wheel and making it so that it almost sounded like a live performance, or like how it musically flowed together. If you could do something like that, that would be incredible.
Well, that's him sitting down.
What you're saying.
That's him sitting down as a producer too.
He actually doesn't have that many credits on this.
No, but he probably has some type of. It's
mostly those other two kids.
He probably has some type of. I mean, he doesn't put the credit on it, but I guarantee you he has some type of creativity between.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's heavily influenced by him.
Yeah, he definitely has a hand in it, especially if they're all in Cash's studio. I love
in Spend It too when he says everybody's saying they want the old Nav, but they already stole my sound. That was kind of dope too, because I like that song a lot. I think that one is better than the other Thug song. And one thing
I didn't like the other. Actually, I don't know. They're both pretty good. I didn't like the Future song.
Yeah, I thought Future, the end.
I know you like that one a lot.
Yeah, I really like it. I think the end of Future's flow, his flow is sick. That's what gets me
like Future's part, but I just don't like the song overall.
I think that beat is sick.
Yeah,
I think that beat is so awesome. And,
I love that beat. And one thing that's underrated about
Nav was saying that Future did that feature in 30 minutes. They sent him the beat,
I saw
and he sent it back in 30 minutes.
That is fire.
And it was just that.
That is fire. One thing that I love about Nav too that it's underrated. I think other than The Weeknd, Drake, Ty Dolla $ign, I think he's one of the best love song writers. And tying it into like making it a banger as well. Because on there he had like
Yeah.
she
There's not that
hurtin'.
many people that can do that.
No, because
I
he has
agree.
he has a bunch of songs that are like he must have been
I mean, Saint
heartbroken
Laurent.
for one girl.
He's got Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
Um,
He has
She
She
Hurtin',
Hurtin'. Overdose is
Did
kind
You
of
Wrong, MySpace,
yeah. Did You
Out
Wrong with
of Me.
Mustard's dope. Yeah, so that's one thing that I like about him. That's why I think he's unique because he can turn a love song into a banger, and then he has bangers. Then he works well with features too. Like I love his range of features on here too.
Because he understands production.
Yeah,
Like, I think that's why people like to, like, one, he's said it a bunch of times, and he said it in his recent interviews, that engineers love to work with him because he knows like what he's doing. He could get in the booth and like mix his own vocals and chop his own effects and do everything himself if he really wanted to. So he's really easy to work with in that sense. And then he's easy to work with from a feature perspective because he basically composes the entire song
and all they have to
and
do
make
is hop
sure
on the
that like the
verse.
beat
Yeah.
is fire. Like, if you're an artist and you're going to work with him, you know that the song is going to come out extremely professionally well done.
I'm not gonna lie
The
though.
whole team around him is very good.
Usually he needs features, and this was like the first project where I think like most of the songs were better without the songs with the features weren't over glorified compared to his actual songs.
So unfortunately, we're doing this like only one day after the bonus came out, but I think some of the bonus songs are my favorite songs.
Okay.
I like Two Face a lot. Two Face.
I didn't really like the bonus that much. Definitely not compared to the actual album.
The beginning of the bonus starts out so strong though. I feel like after the first 5 songs, he kind of starts to try to get like experimental with some of the songs, and that's maybe why people don't like it as much. But I'm Up with Jetson and Tay Keith
That was a
is
good one.
fire,
Yeah.
especially when he changes his flow like multiple times. Like on the second verse, that might be like one of the best songs, if not the best song on the whole project. And Relax is really good. Chirp, when he does the rickety rock, that whole part, that's kind of one of the reasons why Nav is like pretty dope.
I think my favorite
Relax,
song.
like,
So, what was your favorite song on there? Everybody gets to say one song that they absolutely love the most.
Well,
You have to choose
I
one.
mean, originally I would have went with the Future song, but now I think like I like the songs on the bonus at the beginning.
Pick one.
So I don't know.
Pick
It
one,
hasn't
yeah.
been out enough for me to pick one.
Just
Like,
say
it's
one,
been out for one
motherfucker.
day.
You gotta say one. I'm putting you on the spot.
All right, I'm gonna pick I'm Up then.
Okay.
Okay. What about you, Tono?
Probably Did You Wrong.
Did You Wrong? Yeah. The mustard kills that
Yeah,
beat. Yeah.
That beat
Yeah.
was sick. And
Yeah. Those two together, that was awesome.
yeah, that was good.
They're
I think
really good together. That's like the most random combination
Yeah.
that you would never thought would be fire, but it is.
I like the beat because it wasn't like too like mustardy, you know? Like it was actually like
He's not making that shit anymore.
yeah, he's not making that shit anymore, but like it wasn't like exaggerated either. Like you could tell it's like mustard influence, but like it wasn't like
Yeah.
that mustard.
I
that
think
you
he'll bring
used
it
to
back,
say.
but not for an artist like Nav.
Well, let me say this though. Before this album, the most recent Nav thing I like was the 10 Summers
Spaghetti's
album.
in the Face.
Yeah, Spaghetti's in the Face. And I don't even think he just did the hook, right?
He had a verse.
Did he? All right.
He had the first verse, yeah.
Yeah,
But the hook is dope. The hook is
that
the
song
best
was sick.
song.
Yeah, exactly. The hook was dope too. So I guess they are a good fucking combo.
Yeah, they work well together.
Yeah.
I think they have another song too, besides that.
Yeah.
And they're 2 for 2 as far as I know.
And I'm gonna have to let this project sit a little longer because the first time I listened to it, I was like, it's all right. But then the second time going through, it grew more and more on me. And I ended up picking 15 songs on there. So out of a 30-song project, if you get half of them to hit,
that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, it came out pretty good. Like, with like a really good pair of headphones. Like, all of the production is insane. The production value of his music is incredible.
Yeah, I had it on my
People don't give him
sound
credit
bar,
for
and
it.
I mean, any good produced song or album sounds way better. And like
when it first came out, though, like I listened to that first, and then I listened to TJ's after, and I was like, the production quality of Nav's you could like tell the difference. It was like night and day.
Overall, great project. Looking forward to hearing it more and more. And as the summer progresses, bumping some of those tracks. Let's move on to State of Emergency by Little TJ. So he dropped 7 songs, all featuring someone from New York. Like we talked about last episode, he basically said, move out of the way to A Boogie and Tekashi, saying that he's the king of New York. So is he the king of New York? What do you guys think? Did you guys like the songs? Do you like the features? What do you think?
I think A$AP Rocky's the king of New York.
I don't think anyone's the king of New York right now, if I'm being honest. But
I think if A$AP dropped a good album,
he's definitely better than TJ for sure.
He's the biggest artist in New York.
Yeah.
If like, how are we even defining king of New York? Like, the most influence in New York, A$AP Rocky. The
Whoever's
biggest
hot
artist
right
in New York,
now.
A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, I think he's basically. I mean, he didn't call out any of those OGs. Like, obviously, he's not gonna call out Jay-Z or Rocky or like. There's certain.
Well, Jay's like a fucking billionaire.
But still, like, yeah. But there's. I think I think it's 2 other artists that he's mentioning because he added obviously all the other guys.
Tekashi.
Well, the only people that claim they're the king of New York is A Boogie and Tekashi. So
yeah, so that's basically he's saying he's basically better than them, and he's saying, look at my features, who's on my songs, other people from New York that fuck with me. I mean,
I like that.
Yeah, I think that's so too.
And I like that.
He needs to have that confidence. Yeah, he has a massive amount of confidence.
Like, let's get into the songs. My favorite song, I think J.I., the Prince of New York, he's only had a couple of tracks so far that I've heard, but he's going to be one of the next up in New York. He is pretty big.
He's already like
that song was. And did you guys see Drake bumping one of his songs?
Yeah, that kid's already blown up, dude. Like, he's already big.
Well, he's not that big. Like TJ's bigger than he is.
He's like. Yeah, obviously TJ's huge already.
TJ's not that big though. That's what I'm saying.
TJ's pretty big. I mean, once he puts out his next project, like, obviously this is just like a kind of a throwaway like little thing that he was working on. Once he puts out like a full-length project, like, it's gonna do pretty well. But that J.I. kid, when Alec originally showed me him, I didn't really know who he was because, like, I mean, we're not really listening to the youngest kids in the game anymore.
Yeah.
But he has a huge buzz already, that kid. Yeah.
He's dope, honestly. That was my favorite song on the album.
With so many people. What, the one with J.I.?
Yeah, My City.
I think that even though it came out before everything was released, which I think gives some bias to songs, like when an album comes out and one of them is already out, then you don't really consider it. I still think that Ice Cold is the best.
Ice Cold. Yeah, I didn't like the song with Jay Guapo. I didn't like Wet 'Em Up Part 2. And
I like that one.
I thought it was okay.
That was my favorite drill one.
I don't really like Chef G that much. The one thing that I would say why you like Ice Cold the best is because it's him creating the song by himself and just letting
the beat.
Yeah, and it's got an idea to it. The other songs he just figured, I'm going to get some features from New York on it. So they're all going to be bangers, but there's none with real repeat value. None of them are great songs. They're saying, look at what I can get on.
The reason why I don't think that, though, the reason why I don't think that they have repeat value is because he's trying to do the same shit. He's trying to force, like, I'm going to have this fire hook on every song, and it just doesn't come out good. It's like, dude, it's the same reason why A Boogie is ass now. Don't do that. Just fucking rap. Just rap 16 bars and then make eight of those bars or all 16 bars the hook.
But that's how TJ started out. TJ started out as a melody guy. He didn't really rap like he did.
Right, but my point is he's making the same mistake that A Boogie made.
But I don't think – I think what he's saying with this mixtape or album or whatever, he's saying that look at who's got my back in New York. Like, these are who I make songs with. I'm running shit now. Like, I don't think he was saying
wouldn't you rather have the songs be good?
Yeah, well, I don't think they're bad, though.
I mean, they're pretty good songs still.
He's showing his versatility a little. I agree with you. But if his next album is a bunch of features and there's no direction on the song, I'm going to say, what the fuck did he do? He sold out.
If his next album is anything like this, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like, I didn't know this was only going to have 7 projects at first, but I was expecting
why is
a
the song with
jump.
Jay Krish ass?
I didn't even
Jay
add that
Krish
one.
is
I
like,
don't like that one either.
he should literally be like, them two should be making fire songs together. It makes no sense why two of like the dopest young artists in New York have trash songs together.
Their
They should
last
have
one
like
was good.
40 songs together,
The
and they should
Ruthless.
only put the best ones out.
Yeah, their last song together
Makes
was
no
amazing.
sense.
That's why I was
Yeah,
so excited for it. And then
this one
they
didn't.
dropped
I didn't
that.
even
I
add
mean,
it.
Jay Critch hasn't really been dropping much either lately. Like he's kind of
But when
can't
he
really
does
put
drop songs, they're fire.
singles, but he never puts together a good project.
Yeah, he doesn't have any projects.
They're
really.
they're all kind of like in the same boat. Like they can't figure out how to put together a full piece of work, but they're also really young.
Well,
Like
I mean,
TJ
the
and
thing
Jay
is,
Critch
like,
and
that's kind of been the style for a lot of the younger kids making music, and especially the New York artists. Like, they're kind of just putting shit together.
it's like fast food. It's like
That's
fast
what
food
it is,
music.
yeah. And they just push it out. I mean, it's not like
He's
a
only
bad
23.
strategy.
He was born in '97. I think TJ's even younger than that.
Yeah, I think TJ's like 20 or some shit.
He's 19.
Yeah, so that's how they react to it. Like they're not the type of people that sit down in a booth, go focus on like what needs to be done, find like the right producers. They just put music out there.
But yo,
and call it a day.
whoever ends up figuring that shit out though is gonna come out on top.
Oh yeah. I think honestly,
If they're actually dope.
I think J.I. is should be the next best artist out of New York.
The one thing I'll tell you about him is he needs to find like a much better engineer. Like he needs like
he needs a whole better
more
team. He needs to get out of that. He needs to get out of that New York atmosphere.
Once you start to get a buzz, like you should be making like 75% of the quality value of mainstream music. Like it's not that hard to find a decent engineer and producer.
Let's move on. Let's talk about The Shocker. I thought, which is one of my favorite albums that dropped this weekend, Just 'Cause Y'all Waited To by Lil Durks. I loved it. I thought it was really good. What did you guys think?
I thought it was pretty good too. I mean, the only thing it's like almost every other Durk project is that like it's not complete. Like a lot of the songs also sound the same here. Like
yeah. And some of the mixing isn't very good.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was just like a overall project, but like obviously it's called Just 'Cause Y'all Waited To. Like it's obviously leading up to something better. So I know like this is kind of just like not necessarily throwaway songs, but these aren't like his best songs to make an album. So I mean, we're gonna stay tuned for something better, but I did think it was pretty good. There's definitely like a good 6 or 7 songs that I really like. That song, Internet Sensation, is fucking sick.
Yeah, Internet Sensation.
Yeah,
great.
I really like that song
but to
too.
say that, you know, 6 or 7 songs on what was there, 14 or 15 songs. That's half a project on.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, on a Just 'Cause Y'all Waited, like a second version of something. I thought he did a really good job with it. I'm talking about, you know, and he had some genuine like feelings on there, talking about overcoming addiction, talking about the streets.
He's a dope rapper, dude.
He really is.
Even Nav was like, Nav basically said that Durk is like one of the most talented people he's worked with in the industry, and he goes in and just like records these verses in like 5 minutes.
And
I mean, the thing I like the most about Durk is that from where he started was just like hardcore Chicago drill.
It's crazy to watch it. Yeah.
So his evolution's been like pretty good, and I like.
He's been able to keep up with like the evolution of mainstream hip hop and still be dope.
Yeah, and I love
and even be like at the top tier of that sound. Like
that's what I'm saying. I love like
some of the dopest music in the sound.
All the slow Durk songs are fire. Like like melodic like Durk songs.
This Street
really
Affection
sick.
Was dope. I really like that one. Like the ones where he has like piano and like like piano and like trap drums and stuff. Like Street Affection was fire. All Love, they're all kind of like similar.
He's a good storyteller too.
And I'm not saying he's the most original person out there, because he's not. He takes the sounds of kind of everybody else, but he puts them all together and he understands, you know, trends and what people want to hear. And I think that's his best quality. He understands that people want to hear, you know, these bangers with features, and then he sees that Little Baby will drop a song like Emotionally Scarred that's going to be one of his biggest songs on his album. So he comes out with, which it reminded me of Emotionally Scarred was internet sensation, like you mentioned before. It was kind of that same like trap of piano. Like I just think that he understands the sound and he's going to make it far with it.
Yeah. I'm excited for what he has next.
I also think that while he does still have that sound on here, he also still has the Chirac drill sound, which is really cool. Like he has Triflin' Hose, which is like, that beat is crazy. And then the best part of that song is where he's like talking about the girl's body count. He's making like the whistling noises and shit in the background. And then Chirac Demons with G Herbo. That one's like they could have released that song like 5 years ago and it would have been fire drill song.
It's still fire,
dope. Like, so he has that, and then he transitions to like the new sound, and then he also has like a newer banger with Gunna with Gucci. Like that beat is dope, and it has, you know, the hottest feature in the game, and it has the new sound, and it's still dope. And Durks' verses on it are awesome. Like he's just a really good artist.
I just want to shout out to Polo G because his verse was so dope.
Yeah,
on 3 Had to Go.
That's probably one of the best.
Don't overlook that.
That's
Anyone
one
that
of the best verses on the whole project.
Polo G is one of the realest younger rappers. Well, just one of the realest rappers in the game right now.
He's the best. He's the best artist out of Chicago.
Yeah,
like he's best rap artist.
He's got meaningful bars
right now,
and he raps from the heart. You could tell, you know, like he's not just saying shit to say shit. Like he's not bullshitting on his tracks. He's speaking from the heart.
He's the only one that I like. You can hear like the passion. In his bars.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I'm so excited for this album on Friday.
Yeah, looking forward to the GOAT coming out.
And
Friday.
he doesn't get any features. Awesome. Did you see the track list? He doesn't put any features on his music,
which is awesome.
But his music's
and it'll still be dope.
So, like he doesn't want, like he's not making. It's not like Atlanta where you just get everybody just to say some nonsense. Like Polo G's like giving you content. He's literally like giving you what he's feeling, and he doesn't want anyone else to like get on that track. You know?
Yeah, the dopest. One of the best like freestyles on what the hell is it, Hot 97 with Funk Flex is the one with Polo where Flex doesn't really know that much about him, I guess, or didn't know that much about him besides like the pop-up song.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, this is just like another like young ass kid, like he's just gonna say some bullshit. And then he just goes off on the freestyle, and you could just see Flex is just like, what the fuck? Like he was just so confused, and Polo just absolutely like, I don't even know. Like he's the rapper's rapper. Yeah. He's like the only one out of the younger kids that's making that sound of music, but like actually rapping.
He's a rapper. He's not a hip hop artist. He's a straight up rapper.
But he has a melodic voice though. That's the dopest part.
He does too.
I think he has the most potential out of all of the young rappers in the game.
He's definitely one.
Yeah, and what's dope? Sure. I think he has. I think Juice WRLD's going to be on the album. I think I saw.
It would only make sense. There's many. There's thousands of Juice WRLD.
But that's their.
Well, they were boys.
That's their first. Yeah, they were boys. But that's going to be their first song actually put out together, right?
Released. Yeah, that's their first official released song.
I'm excited for that.
And then I wouldn't be surprised if Polo ended up on his album.
Hey, listen, Chicago is coming up right now.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of artists that are popping. There's
Shout out to Cole Bennett too, because Cole Bennett really has these young kids on the wave right now. He's doing big things.
If Cole and Polo have a fire video that they drop on Friday too for this, album,
it's in the works.
Gotta be.
If Cole does that for Polo, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I can't imagine he doesn't.
All right, let's move on to Slime and
That's a dope collab.
So we talked about it on last episode. Did it live up to expectations? I know we talked about Tono was saying that he thought it was going to be kind of a mishmash of different songs. Did you think it lived up to what we thought it was going to be?
It was definitely better than what I thought. I thought it was just going to be a bunch of nonsense put out, and it wasn't. The only thing I want to point out is that it didn't need Chris Brown, to be honest. I don't think Chris Brown did bad at all. I don't think Chris Brown –
He's like 70% of the project.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's his album. He has like 2 solo songs on it technically, but I just don't think like he was the better part. I think Doug like outshined him so much, and then I went back to saying the other day in the chat
But we're biased though.
we're biased as shit, but like Chris Brown hasn't been that good to the point where it's like, yo, this is a fucking banger. Like there wasn't any bangers on it like that, and I just wanted easy breezy, beautiful thugger girls too. At that point, if you're gonna do this
No,
guitar
I didn't.
strum
I didn't.
and all
This
this
is exactly
singing,
what I wanted.
just give me Thug.
This is Tyga and Chris Brown, but with Thug.
But with Thug,
exactly what I said on the last podcast.
I don't know what you can say wrong about Chris Brown. I think he sounded so dope on trap beats. I think his voice is he has one of the coolest voices I've ever heard, and his flow is insane too. Like him on the end of She Bumped Her Head. Like I was listening to Gunna's part, and I'm like, oh shit, Gunna killed it. And then Chris Brown comes in and demolishes that.
I'm not gonna lie, Chris Brown.
No, Gunna bodies that song. Gunna
definitely did better than Chris Brown, but Chris Brown snapped on that. But like, Fan of a Fan is better than this, I think, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm so
like
biased.
Prime Chris Brown is definitely better than this album.
I'm a big Tyga guy too, so you can't go wrong with Tyga and Chris Brown, Thug and Chris Brown. Either way, they're both. I don't know if you could compare them. They're both. Well, like
Fan of a Fan popped off. Right, like so no one's gonna listen to this album next week. Right?
I am.
Not like that though, especially with new shit coming out. Like
I'll still bump like songs from Fan of a Fan, but Fan of a Fan was like it was like Chris Brown with Tyga and DJ Mustard when that sound was popping. This is like the same thing, but with Turbo and Thug, which is cool.
The only thing is though, like exactly Turbo and Thug, like I'd just rather have Thug. I'm not saying Chris Brown was bad or anything. Like he definitely added value to the tape.
But there's songs that Thug would have never made by himself. Like Animal, we would never have.
That's
my
favorite song, honestly. So yeah, that needs
exactly.
Chris Brown.
But that's Chris Brown's song. Like Thug wouldn't have made that.
I agree. That's one of the few. But like Trap Back was sick. I think like a lot of people don't like that one, but that's one of my favorite ones. And I just needed Thug on that. Like I Got Time was fine without Chris Brown. I mean, Big Slimes had a bunch of features,
the ones with Gunna are just hard.
Yeah, and then City Girls, I mean, I didn't think that was that good, but it didn't really need Chris Brown. Like I like Thug. I just like Thug too much alone that I don't think it needed Chris Brown. But I'm not knocking Chris Brown for this. This was like easily his best work in a while, I think. So,
apparently, Thug recorded all of these songs in one day.
Yeah, that's what they said. And I mean, I don't put that past them. Like that's what Thug does.
He probably did. He probably did do that. To be honest,
I'm not surprised. But yeah,
it kind of sounds like it.
I thought it was a pretty dope project. I mean, definitely way better than my expectations. So shout out to Thug.
We basically had zero expectations. We were just speculating on what this even was.
Yeah.
So it's like to get like 5 or 6 songs that you really like off of something that you didn't even know was coming out like 4 days before it dropped. Like that's pretty awesome.
That's what I'm saying. Like what they did a really good job at blending the sounds together because like you just like before this we didn't know what the fuck to expect and I had no idea how they were gonna go about it.
Yeah.
It's just so cool. Like
I think it came out cool.
You can get all these different producers with artists that you would never have thought of before. Like who would have thought you'd see Chris Brown on a Murda beat it's just crazy. Like to hear the collaboration between.
I think
them.
He's smart enough to realize like, yo, fuck it. Like I think he just likes a lot of different kinds of music, and he knows like because he's so vocally talented, he can hop on any different producer and still make a hit song. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter if it's like R&B or hip hop or trap or even like a pop song. Chris Brown has such a vocal range that he can hop on anything.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what happens when you can really sing like that. You can literally hop on any song and make it be dope.
I mean, he has talent out the world.
And he can rap.
Yeah, and he is a pretty good rapper. I mean, I'm glad they made it. Like, at first I thought that it would just be a pointless project. But even though I sound like a hater, I do like the album.
The only thing I don't understand is why they changed the cover art. I like the original cover art.
The one on SoundCloud
I don't like the new. Well, they switched. They had that one on Spotify, and then they switched it to this new one where it's like they're two fake. I like this cover art too, but I like the original.
Yeah, the original one is a lot cooler. All right, moving on. So a lot of great projects this week. Let's go on. There was a couple songs that came out. So Migos actually dropped 2 songs. They had Taco Tuesday, which was kind of a play on LeBron's.
Yeah, that one was dope.
Yeah, and they had the music video just come out too. And then they had Rax Too Skinny. What'd you guys think about both of them?
I mean, they were pretty good, but to me, like, Migos is just like,
dope.
Who said it the other day? Like, it's just like a 1 or 2 time play. Like, I'm not gonna keep bumping these songs, honestly.
I don't know. I really like them, but like I really like them because both of the Takeoff verses are so good, and both of the beats are so good.
Well, those are DJ Durrell beats, right?
I think.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know about.
I didn't look it up.
Skinny.
Taco Tuesday is obviously like just they were having fun. Like, at their house. Like they were just fucking around, which is cool that it came out like still really dope like that. And all the ad libs are just hilarious. But
no, they have great
Rax in the middle.
Together.
I thought Rax Too Skinny. I thought was dope. I like the hook. Like I don't always like Quavo's hooks, especially recently, but I like that hook, and I like how it opens up with Takeoff just absolutely killing it.
We said that Takeoff was the best one. So whenever he opens up, I like that they've been putting him first a little more and stuff because
he just has the best bars.
I agree.
He has the best bars and he has the best flow, and he's also our age, or he's not your age, but he's the same age as me and Alec.
Dude, Tono
he's born in 94.
Yeah, I think we are the same age, honestly.
But you're born in 94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well then, yeah.
Old motherfucker.
He's an old motherfucker.
Yeah, he's the youngest one.
But to your point, yeah, when they just have such great chemistry together, and they could obviously what they did here, they can rap about anything. They're rapping about fucking tacos here.
Tacos.
The next song they're rapping about racks and fucking money and jewelry and pussy, and they can talk about anything.
I don't think people appreciate that. Like, I don't think people appreciate how dope that is.
No.
And they're like family. Like, they're legitimately just related.
Yeah.
They came up chilling in a house, like, making fire songs.
They came up from the trap. Cool. Yeah, their hustle is unreal. And they've done a lot for trap music, honestly. And ad-libs alone.
Yeah.
Like, they could have just made ad-libs for rappers and been fucking famous off of that.
No, they definitely paved the way for a lot of fucking music to open up.
Take has the potential to be, like, a top-tier rapper, though. Like if he got with the right producers and like really worked on a solo project, like I think that he could legitimately have a fire rap album.
He did have that one solo project, didn't he?
Yeah, and Casper was one of the dopest singles.
It was, but
I like that whole album. The whole album was pretty fire.
But did it do anything?
Yeah. Yeah, it did like pretty well.
Decent amount. Yeah. Alders did a decent amount, but the only thing
did pretty well.
The only thing I don't like about his situation is that, like, why is he's never gonna fully separate from Migos, you know, unless they have like a crazy outing. But that's literally.
But I don't think that they're like that because they're all like they grew up together and they're family.
Yeah,
like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like they're gonna stay like somewhat together. Like I think the other two hold them back.
I think that they all make another solo album. Because the reason why is because their money's there and they're signed to QC, and QC doesn't give a fuck about anything besides the money and marketing.
Yeah. No, they'll definitely make another solo album. But it's just a matter of, like, are you going to – like, even if you make a solo album and it's amazing, like, you're still going to go back to Migos at the end of the day.
Well, because why not? Because it's so much less work to make a song.
I mean, it's his boys.
You only have to write one verse, like –
yeah,
you just do one verse and then Quavo says like 4 lines and repeats them and it's the hook and then they just ad lib each other's verses and it comes out.
And it's gonna get more streams anyway if you were to be by yourself.
And at the end of the day, like it's not like they're mixing or engineering. Like they literally go into the booth, record one verse in like 5 minutes.
They do it so
and
fucking
they
quick,
do this
man.
over and over again.
Uh-huh.
They probably bang out like 15 songs at a time and 2 or 3 of them are really good.
And they get to travel on tour together too, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's the whole situation is dope. I mean, I think eventually Takeoff will start to release more solo projects just because he is like clearly introverted and Offset is like older and has like a lot of kids. So as he gets older, he'll probably like just chill out a little bit and want to stay home. And then Quavo has like a serious relationship. Takeoff's our age, and he just doesn't give a fuck about anything besides like money.
All right, before we move on to Gooba 6ix9ine's new song, and what numbers that's doing because it's insane. Let's talk about Arizona Zervis's new song, 24. Most of you guys would know him as Roxanne, that song that he dropped, which charted number 4 on Billboards. But let's talk about his new song. Do you guys think he has potential as an artist? What did you like about the song? Did you guys hear it?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty chill. Definitely not close to Roxanne, obviously. But I mean, I believe he's unsigned. So like just the fact that he's even getting like that much attention for a random single for a follow-up is definitely interesting. And I think that it's like pretty impressive that he's even being talked about right now because he is unsigned. And I'm pretty sure as a white kid unsigned, it's not the easiest thing in the world to get some stain.
I mean, I think the streaming era is just changing the game.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
The fact that he had a charting single and charting for that high, for that many weeks in a row, like I cannot imagine his royalty checks and the streaming checks that he gets every month. Like this dude is legitimately making millions of dollars sitting in his apartment.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't think people understand that. Like, that is absurd.
You think he has a future though? Like, is he going to keep going?
Yeah, yes, I think he has a different sound. I think he's
a good
too.
Artist.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a good artist, and I think that he came up the same. He did the Russ formula, but he's not a cornball.
Yeah, he's from Maryland, so I don't know if he knows. I don't know if he's boys with Logic or anything, or he's helped him with his start of his career.
I really hope not.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
He should collaborate with.
Yeah.
I think that he should just keep doing what he's doing right now. And then he should keep doing what he's doing, but he should link up with and not that his engineering is bad or anything, but I think that he should link up with production and engineers from the industry.
I think if he finds one trendy producer and gets one more trendy song out there, he'll definitely be in a better position.
But I don't think that that's what he needs though. Like to break into the mainstream, he doesn't need another trendy song. He needs a good project that has mainstream attention. And the way to do that is to get a bunch of industry producers together and then get 2 or 3 features. And now he has enough money. He's making millions of dollars off that song. He has enough money to go and get a Gunna feature, to go and get Lil Baby feature.
That's what he should do. Stuff. I was looking at his Instagram and stuff. I think
he would own the royalties to it.
I think he has
all the money to front for that.
I think the producer on both of those songs is one of his boys. So I feel that's a great idea, but at the same time, they're going to try to build something together.
All right, so
right or wrong,
collaborate with Turbo on the beat.
Yeah, but do you think his sound with Turbo, one of those?
Yeah, I think it could be really dope with a live guitar. Yes, I mean that was the last song that he dropped. The 24 had a guitar sample on it. 100%. That is exactly what I would do. I would get a Gunna feature, and I would get either Gunna or Thug, and then I would get someone else that's.
This motherfucker signed, yo.
Who's he signed to?
He is?
I think he's signed under himself, but under. Yeah, Columbia.
Oh, word.
He probably has a distribution deal. Deal.
But
it's probably the same as Russ. It might be some 50-50 distribution deal or something like that, where he basically doesn't have to pay for a lawyer or any of the extra stuff or front the money for creating videos and things like that. But he probably still makes a large back-end royalty off of all this music. And if that's the case, then invest dude, let's say he made $2 million off of this and it's still charting, right? So let's say he already made $2 million off the song.
He probably made $2
million
off
and the rest of his discography. Why wouldn't you take $500K and invest that into one cohesive project of 12 good songs with 3 good features?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the route they're going to go down.
$500,000 into one 12-song project that's really well put together and has high class features. Say he gets Future and Gunna and some other mainstream feature. He would be huge if he does that. He would be another Post Malone.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know if his sound I don't know if his sound is gonna blend with like Future or Gunna or like that ATL
I think you
sound.
need to listen to more of his discography because I've
Yeah, but I
listened
just
to more of
can't.
his songs, and he has a pretty versatile sound. Like
I
he can
just
kind
can't
of
see.
do any.
Can you see Future Gunna going to work with him though? Like
I could
I don't
see
know
like
much about the kid, but
They're
have you
about
ever
the
seen?
money.
But have you
They're
ever
about
seen
dude.
what's
Look at how
name a
many
song?
features
Name a
Gunna's done.
song that okay. Name a song that or an artist that reminds you of Arizona Zervas from Maryland that Gunna's been on.
Well, but just look up Gunna's recent features, right? Gunna was featured on that song with what's the kid that's like alternative rock?
Ian Dior.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's
he did a song with Ian
all
Dior.
right. I mean,
He goes outside of his comfort zone
yeah, Gunna.
all the time.
Okay,
Yeah, but if
Future,
Gunna
no.
hears fucking guitar strings, he runs right
Future
to the
too.
beat.
Future did like a whole R&B album. I don't think you guys understand. Like if you pay them the
When
money
did
for the
Future
feature,
do an
they're gonna
R&B
do the
album
fucking
in
feature.
2014?
No, Hendrix.
Yeah, but that's
That
an
wasn't really
R&B album.
R&B. Nah, that was an R&B album.
I mean, it's less than like the Future part was like the trap sound, and then
Nah,
Hendrix
that's
was
Future's
like
sound though. Future has like 3 albums like that.
right, but
Yeah, I'd call it pop or
but Future has
Trap,
different sounds.
baby.
Future has like trap, and then he
Trap
has
and
like
B.
the singing R&B.
all right,
Yeah.
let's move on to Gooba, which has over 120 million plays on YouTube already, over 20 million on Spotify. Just insane the numbers he's doing. What did you guys think? And do you think he can continue this success with his next few songs, the next album? Who's going to want to work with him? What do you guys think?
I mean, that shit's ridiculous, honestly. Like, I get that he was gonna obviously like do numbers like coming out after a year and a half talking
Yeah,
mad
I
shit.
mean that's obvious.
The numbers he's
So
doing
everybody's
already,
checking it out.
that's fucking crazy. But like I'm not surprised because like if you go
can't be
back and
surprised.
look at all the numbers he was doing originally, like it obviously makes fucking sense that he's
the
like
kid,
right back
the
where he
kid broke
belongs.
the kid broke Instagram Live like
Yeah,
most
2 million live, like 2 million people
3
watched
million.
his
He
live.
had 3 million.
3 million, and he has
That's
13 million followers. And he's 25% of the people that follow him were watching him live. At
Well,
that
I mean,
moment.
obviously, way more people than just the people that followed him
It's just
were
a
watching
concern.
live.
It's just a concerning amount of people to be watching this kid.
It's the same. It's the same reason. The same thing that's happening to 6ix9ine right now is the same reason why there's traffic jams on the highway when there's an accident.
Yeah, because everyone wants to tune in.
It's the same reason why everyone slows down and stops and looks at this fucking nonsense that's going on the side of the road when it has absolutely nothing to do with them getting to their destination. It's the same reason why 6ix9ine has like a #1 song on the track.
Let's talk about the song for a second though, because it wasn't bad. It was kind of popping, the song.
I mean, it's 6ix9ine. Like he doesn't like his music's not bad.
The second verse is awful. It is probably the worst verse that I've ever heard in a song that's this high chart wise.
Yeah, but I mean, like 6ix9ine.
Like it is literally, it's like a third grader wrote it.
Yeah, but 6ix9ine's not fucking making music for bars. He just screams on shit, and it turns out to be hot.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, he has the ability to make a hot song. I'm not disagreeing with you, but
he has good transitions.
The level of intelligence of this person is clearly like borderline, like mentally handicapped IQ.
What do you guys think about when Bobby Shmurda finally gets out? Do you think his first song is going to be not this big, but do you think it's?
I think he's going to be super poppin'.
Yeah.
I think.
How old?
I think
he's
Bobby,
still young too, right? Like probably 24.
He's like 27.
Oh,
yeah, but he's not going to be like this.
He's older
like,
than us. Yeah.
Bobby Shmurda's he's ass, to be honest. Like he only had 2 okay songs.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Bobby's going to be huge because he has so much respect that every
what's going to happen.
Talented person in the industry is going to want to work with him.
It's like the opposite. It's like the opposite.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Situation. He's like the anti 6ix9ine. Like he took a shitty deal so that his friend didn't have to do as much time. And
he'll definitely get a fuck ton of love out in the streets.
Oh no, he is our age. Shit.
Yeah, I thought he was a little younger.
He was born in 94 too. I didn't know
when he
that.
was like 18.
Wow. Yo, here's the thing though. Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
The difference.
Sick, dude. Good for him.
The difference between them, well, not even them, just in general, is that the people that care about 6ix9ine.
Roddy Rebel's dope too. They're both gonna come out at the same time.
He's all right.
Shit, I would have taken 7 years to fucking come out at 25 and be that popping. I would have went in from
Yeah.
18 to 25.
With your best friend too.
Yeah,
Like
they're probably
I
eating
think Roddy
filet
was gonna get
mignons
like
and
14 years or something.
Yeah, 12 years, I think.
Damn, bro, that was a smart move.
It's gonna work
in
out
the
in
other
his
direction.
favor. But here's the thing.
It's gonna be like Gucci. It's gonna be like Gucci when he came out of jail.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
except even hotter.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. Like, the thing is that like Bobby Shmurda is streets. 6ix9ine is streets, but not really. So like you got to think of like their fan base. Like, yeah, the streets don't fuck with 6ix9ine. Like, no one gives a fuck about him. Like, obviously Meek Mill's talking shit. Like, people from New York are talking shit about him. But like 6ix9ine doesn't make fucking music for street people. Like, yeah, people in the street bumped him, but
he thinks he does.
No. He thinks
or
he
maybe
does.
He doesn't think he does. I don't know.
Look at his core fans.
I don't know what that guy
his
thinks.
core fans are all little kids that just like to act up and say shit. Like, it's not like he's not like a Polo G fan base. Like, those people would rock with him. Like,
yeah, I agree, but it's going to end up two ways. It's going to either end up with him having absolutely no longevity and being like a complete clown in real life, which he already basically is. Like, people have been saying like he's basically like the real life version of the Joker.
Yeah.
And Meek is like Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I see it, but it's just like.
But the other outcome that we didn't talk about yet is like if he just gets killed, because his address keeps getting leaked online.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's exactly what happened to Pop Smoke.
I think eventually it's going to come down to that. But even if it doesn't come down to like some crazy shit, I think eventually he's going to like get played out or at least like die down.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But the only thing is like
he'll make his money.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, he already has made his money. He signed,
but the people like
are protesting. Like $10 million.
People are like protesting him as if like they're his main fan
clearly
base.
They're not, because he's number one.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Meek Mill's like, don't listen to him. Yeah, your fans might not listen to 6ix9ine, but 6ix9ine's fans aren't the same people that are bumping Meek religiously. You know, like 6ix9ine's fans are way different.
I understand where Meek's coming from, although I think Meek goes about things in a really dumb way a lot of the time. Dude, and I thought he was like over this. I thought he was over this because he basically blamed him doing this before, like when the whole Twitter fingers thing first popped off and he started like going at Drake and shit. He blamed that like on his perk addiction, but now he's claims to be like all about business and all about like trying to make
it's like 100 M's,
stuff like that. And now he's still coming out. But on the other hand, I do understand what he's saying, because he basically is saying like this is the reason why Nipsey got killed. Like, this informant got let out of jail and was like jealous and killed Nipsey because he was jealous. And it's like, I don't know. It's just like a
I mean, it just comes back down to like the core demographic. Like, yeah, like the street people shouldn't fuck with you, and they don't. Like, no one, like if you're a real fucking gangster or like you like are really from the streets.
I mean, nobody's gonna fuck with him.
Exactly. You're not fucking with 6ix9ine.
But the absolute fucked part though is that he's clearly in the wrong. Like, dude, you were openly flaunting that lifestyle, and you were rapping about it, you were saying it, you were in videos like hanging out with all of that nonsense. You were videotaped like sending hits on people.
Dude, he was talking shit to like real gang
all
members.
Of that. You were claiming all of that stuff, and then you flipped, and then you're coming back and still rapping about it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it would be one thing. Like, I would totally agree with him if he was like, oh yeah, I snitched because my family was in trouble and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, yes, but you also signed up for all that shit. It's not like this, like just magically happened. You got in this bad situation. Like, dude, you put all of this on yourself.
I mean, got
yourself in this situation.
That's how he got paid. I mean, basically saying all of this fucking dumb shit in his rap
but he
music.
Was big before that. He had
I don't know much. I just remember
his music before he started fucking with those people.
Yeah.
And then he started I think the reality is that he's just an idiot.
All right, we're talking about this rainbow-haired bitch too long. I'm fucking done with it. Song was all right. Hopefully it gets played out. All right, let's move on to what projects we're excited for next week. Let's just briefly talk about it. I mean, Gunna's got pushed back till May 22nd. He just announced, so we'll talk about that next week. Surprising.
Dude, that snippet that he posted on Instagram is unreal. I can't wait till that song comes out.
I'm even more excited from our Rolling Aloud experience with him too. Like that was one of my favorite sets. So
that was the best set.
Yeah, that just from visuals to just his energy to what songs he played from the set list, I thought it was great. So I'm just really excited for his project in general.
Yeah.
Anytime he drops music,
he's
I'm
like
really
my
interested
favorite
in it.
artist right now.
Yeah. It's,
like modern artist.
Absolutely,
he's my favorite.
And then just now, I don't know if you guys knew, but before like 2 hours ago, Future was going to drop a project, 19 songs.
Yeah.
Features on it include Thug, Durk, Uzi, Travis Scott, Drake. Yeah. I mean, the Drake song was already came out already, but
don't forget it's the coolest DJ in the world, baby.
Yeah.
DJ Esco and Future.
I hope that he didn't just actually produce it. Like, I hope that he just executive produced it.
No, that's what it's going to be.
Like Metro's on there. He hasn't been he hasn't been working with Metro lately. Although some of the younger kids in Atlanta are pretty dope that he's been working with. Like that Jacob kid, I think what was the last album? He's got a couple really dope producers. What was I gonna say? Yo, the song with Uzi is gonna be crazy. They've been like tweeting at each other like constantly.
Apparently Uzi hacked his Twitter or like was tweeting from his Twitter
or was tweeting from Future's Twitter?
I think he was tweeting from his Twitter. I don't think.
Yeah, maybe they were like in the studio or something.
Yeah, they're probably just
because he's probably in Atlanta.
Yeah, honestly, I'm excited for it. I mean, the features look good. I mean, obviously the Drake songs.
I think he's in a good. I think he's in a good vibe.
The kid's name is ATL Jacob. Yeah. ATL Jacob. He's dope.
I think Future's in a good headspace right now too. I mean, just the name of the project. It's called High Off Life. Like I think he's just living. Like,
did you see him like tweeting about all of his baby mamas the other day?
Yeah, wishing them a happy Mother's Day. Yeah, it was like 6 of them. He's a good guy.
6. Doing
and
good.
He's like the two most memed people on all of Twitter are like Michael Jordan and Future. And Future is just memed for like basically just being a misogynist. Dude. So him doing that, like having like basically a whole thread on his Twitter page about like him appreciating each one of his baby mamas individually was probably the greatest thing.
Well, his like new trend is like he's like the toxic king because like all the fucking like disrespect to girls, they're just like relates to Future right away. I think it's hilarious, but
the memes on Twitter are just like they're out of control.
Yeah. But like you said, I think he is in a good headspace. I think this could be his better project in a while. I mean, The Wizard was pretty good.
I hope so.
Before The Wizard, he's been a little off, so I'm hoping this.
Yeah, I mean, Future could have been an artist where he put everything down, walked away from music, because like he really doesn't have too much to prove anymore. Yeah. He's one of the goats of trap. He
signed that huge deal.
Yeah,
he signed that huge deal.
Exactly.
He has to drop a project like once a year.
He has no problem doing that anyway. So
yeah, that dude can make a song. What did they say? His verse was he made that in 30 seconds.
Probably made this album in 2 days.
Yo, if he's like, think about that. Like the verse on the Nav project, if that's the Future that we get for a whole album, this shit is about to be nuts.
I'll be stoked.
I think this will be a good. I think this is going to be a good mix though, because him and Esco usually have a.
Yeah,
it's crazy that there was no. It's crazy that it just came out of the blue too. Like, what are we 3 days away?
Yeah.
3 days
I mean, that's like everything
Friday.
now, though. They're all just like. I think that the reason why they do that is because they all know that so much other music is coming out that there's like no point in like hyping it up for like 3 months, because it's like in between when you would announce it and when it would come out, there would be like 17 different projects that come out, and it's just like, okay, well. Instead of just getting watered down in that period of time, I'll just announce it like 5 days before it comes out. And that way everybody's like really hyped about it in the moment.
Well, people were sitting on Life is Good for a minute too. So it's not like he needed like any more exposure before that. Like,
yeah,
it's been a while. Obviously Life is Good dropped 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Yeah, but that was a while ago. They just ran up the streams on that
one. Yeah,
one.
but people, it's been going for a while, you know. So,
Baby Pluto with actual Pluto is gonna be fire.
yeah, I agree.
Like
Why
that
do
song,
you think
I really hope I'm not disappointed by that song. And I really hope it's really good.
I hope it's better than the fucking Nav and Uzi song. That's for sure.
I hope it's like Baby Pluto, but with Future on it. Like the song.
Yeah,
Baby
they'll
Pluto,
definitely
with
go on that
Future
route.
it.
I mean, think of it. Last time DJ Esco, Uzi, and Future had a song was fucking Sauce It
But
Up. So
but I feel like Uzi's sound in trap is like a little bit more upbeat and happy,
yeah,
and Future's is a little bit. But Future did just do like that sound for Nav, so maybe he would do it with Uzi. I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. We'll have to wait and see. And then the song with Thug, I hope that one's really dope too.
Harlem Shake, that's what it's called.
that's what
Yeah,
it's
I'm
called.
excited.
Oh wait, he released a track list.
Yeah, the track list came out too. It's
What
on
is it called?
It's called High Off Life.
That's a dope name for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's in a good headspace for it. I'm just so excited for it. I can't wait for Friday.
Yo, are they gonna drop? Are they gonna drop What a Time too, or no?
Probably over the
probably
summertime.
not.
They
I
probably
don't
will
think
over the
they
summertime.
are. Yo.
I'm thinking August.
Well, the last one dropped in fall, because I remember because it was fall semester when we listened to it.
Yeah, I mean they'll drop it at some point. Like,
it's got Travis Scott on it.
Did you not listen to the opening
Yo,
part of the
and-
segment?
Oh no, that song already came out. Fuck. Oh, both of the. So the only new features are NBA, Thug. NBA could be interesting.
Yeah,
feature.
I'm excited for that
Yeah,
too.
Trillionaire.
depending on how they
The
go
Meek Mill
about it.
song already came out. Dirk on it though. That could be fire.
I mean,
Yeah,
Future.
Dude,
My
Dirk's
favorite.
getting a lot of big placements.
He really is. My favorite Future songs though are usually his solo songs.
Futures.
This could be dope, dude. I really hope this is really good.
Yeah, I'm hoping that
I'm like
next week
really
we talk
excited.
about it and we're excited.
It says executive produced by DJ Esco, so that gives me a little.
Oh, it's not going to be. Yeah,
It gives me a little hope that
It's
there's Metro on there.
All right, very excited for that. Very excited for Future.
Yeah. All right. So here's my moonshot prediction. The craziest song is going to be 15, Outer Space Bih.
Outer Space Bay. Yeah, him and Uzi with these alien fucking references. They're just they're out of the world, out of this world.
He's Pluto.
Yeah, he's Pluto. I know. We briefly mentioned it before that we're super stoked for Polo G's The GOAT. Do you guys want to talk about that quick?
We're ready and excited.
Let me look up the track list.
Yeah, is there a track list for it out yet?
Yeah,
I think
he posted it.
Yeah, but it's mostly just him.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Oh yeah, Juice WRLD's gonna be on it.
The only complaint that I have with Polo is he needs to get a stylist, and he also needs to get like a better graphic designer.
Damn, did you guys see that Instagram video of him with a guy with a ukulele just playing a song and he's just kind of going over it melodically?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
So he's got BJ the Chicago Kid on here, so that could be low key really dope.
I saw him. He had a video with Murder, so Murder's on there.
Okay, that's pretty. Yeah, I have no idea who the producers are going to be. He's got the Juice WRLD feature. The Mustard song already came out. NLE Choppa Stunna song already came out. Then he's got Lil Baby feature. Hopefully that's good. They go pretty well together. They've been on a few songs already. So, but other than that, the song like Trials and Tribulations, I don't know what that sounds like, but he should have put Ace on that. I feel like nobody gives Ace a feature.
Yeah, I mean
anymore.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
dude, what's up with these
I don't even know
artists?
where the fuck he's been. So
what's up with these artists? Like the clothing that they drop. Like they can't get cooler designs on their clothing. Like so for Nav's album, he dropped like clothing.
I'm saying. Like, dude, they I don't think that they understand like the gravity of their own situation. Like it's really not that expensive to get a professional graphic design team, especially when they spend so much money on clothes and chains and dumb shit that they don't need. What they need to do is spend like $1 million on graphic design, starting businesses like a clothing business, like all these other things. They don't understand the gravity of their personal brand.
No, like I wouldn't even sleep in some of these fucking t-shirts. These are just disgusting.
The one thing that Nav did do that was smart was collab with V-Lone. But
nah, that's whack as fuck. V-Lone is dog shit now.
Yeah, but they're boys with their whole like
Yeah, but no one even rocks Feelone anymore. Juice WRLD did that too, and it didn't even do shit.
I guarantee you that shit sells out.
Nah, I swear to God, it won't. No one even rocks Feelone.
All right, so we're gonna switch it up a little. We're gonna do we're gonna do something fun here and try it out. Each of us are gonna choose 5 songs, 5 of our favorite songs of 2020 so far. And what we're gonna do is, so we each name a song back to back, and if you've said the same song, you have to say another song. So we're gonna end up having 15 songs on here. So it's gonna be a little bit. So if we share a song, it's not gonna be placed.
So Alec explained that wrong for anyone listening.
You talk about it. I don't fucking know.
If you ever played fantasy football and you did a snake draft, that's what we're doing. We're gonna draft these songs in snake order, no duplicates. Once it's off the board, it's off the board. Right, you want to start it off, Alec?
I'm gonna start it off with "Blueberry Faygo" by Lil Mosey.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, that song's a bop. I like that.
But that's like your top 5 so far this year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I listen to that shit all the time. In the music video too, directed by Cole Bennett. I love that shit.
Yeah, facts. All right, Lee, you want to go second?
All right. I'm gonna go.
It doesn't have to be your top. Well, yeah, I guess it does. I'm gonna go with "Accidents Happen" by Tory Lanez and Lil TJ.
Okay, that's fire as fuck.
That's fire.
Yeah, that song's heat.
I'm gonna break in the Uzi and go with Venetia. That's still my favorite song off the tape.
Yeah, I had that on my list, but I knew that you were gonna say it first.
I had to take it away.
I didn't have to say
he's only said that's his favorite song like 100 times.
Yeah, 100 times.
I'm so shocked that you put that.
And I go back to back. So fucking.
I mean that song is literally just like 2016 Uzi all over again.
Dude,
that's why he loves it so much. It's literally that could have been on the Perfect Love tape.
Yeah, and I would have loved it till this day.
It would have sounded like it was the same thing.
Let me take my number 2. Rest in peace to Pop, and shout out to Gunna. Let's go Dior remix.
Really?
Yeah, Dior remix is fire. I think that was one of Gunna's best verses in a while.
All right. I'm so biased, dude. I think all of his verses are fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Lee, you're on the clock.
Yeah.
It's me?
Yeah. Back to you.
All right, fuck. You already went with Venetia, so I'm going to hit him with Lo Mein.
Yes, sir.
With my number 2 track, because that song is fucking lit, and I don't really know what else to say about it. It's fucking lit.
We got these Uzi stands out here. I'm going with Little
Sticks came with fucking.
I mean, that was like a big part of the. That was probably the biggest project that released. To put it in context, that was probably the biggest project that released so far this year.
I think it'll be the
most songs on it
this year.
But we've only had like 4.5 months so far of this year, and some of the music hasn't even dropped recently enough to be like, oh, like I'm gonna jump to this song as in my top 5.
Yeah, I agree. I'd send it away, Alec.
All right, I'm going with someone that's actually not one of my favorite rappers, but I'm going with Lil Baby, "Emotionally Scarred," produced by Twisted Genius. I think that was his hottest song on the album, and it was different for him too. And he talks about
Lowdown's better.
He talks about not missing,
but I'm not going to say it now.
I just like how he embraces like he embraces getting out the hood and like not missing his old life and just like learning from it. Like that's what made him. So I think
but Thug is the one that made him do that.
Regardless of well, no, not the song. Like Thug made him rap, but regardless of who got him into
Thug
the game,
made him move out of the hood too.
Yeah, best decision of his life.
Yeah, I mean.
And then I'm up one more time, right?
Yep.
Back to back. All right, I'm going with Jack Harlow. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Really?
Yeah, I fuck with that song heavy.
That's you in your top 5 so far?
Yeah.
I had that in my back pocket.
I got Lil Mosey.
Is a mainstream ass fan.
I got Lil Mosey, Jack Harlow, and Lil Baby.
Songs.
Oh, Little Uzi. Little Uzi's not fucking mainstream.
Oh yeah. Yo, you posted your top 3 songs so far have been 3 of the highest charting singles from those 3 artists. So basically, you're like a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah, but
they're bops, so I'm not sweating you.
Yeah, totally.
They chart for a reason,
I'm just being an asshole. I'm being an asshole.
Lee, you're back up, kid.
Oh, fuck. All right. So what did I say so far? I said accidents happen in low Maine.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna give a little shout out to Lil Got It and say Drip Day and Night with Gunna and Lil Keed.
Okay.
That song's fire. That's like the reason why YSL is so dope. Even though he's not signed to YSL, it's basically like their collective group and sound together. And it's also like a really upbeat pop sounding song, but from like trap rappers that are rapping about like street shit. Like I just think it's a really, really dope song.
And Lil Keed snap.
And he's not as big as I thought. I thought Lil Got It was a lot bigger. He needs some more clout. Keed's way bigger than him.
Keed is way bigger, but I think Keed's a little better too, but we'll get into that another day.
I think Keed is more versatile, but yeah.
So number 3 for me. I know it's been out for a while, but obviously Drake just dropped again, so it's back in everyone's ear. I'm gonna go with Chicago Freestyle. I thought that Eminem part that Drake did was just so sick. I think he hit it so smooth. And a lot of people probably don't even know that was Eminem on Superman. So if you don't know, now you know.
Nah, good song.
Yeah, I like that song a lot.
I'm gonna throw another random one out right now, and say PTSD by G Herbo with Juice WRLD.
Wow. Okay.
Juice WRLD, Uzi, and Chance. I think they all snapped.
Yeah, they did.
All right.
That was definitely a good collab.
Yeah, I bumped that a while.
You're back up, Lee.
All right. Let's see. What did I say so far? Accidents happen, Low Main, and Drip Day and Night. All right. I'm gonna have to stay on the slat side of things and go with Got the Guap with Uzi and Thug.
Okay.
Beat is very, very dope, upbeat, melodic, and Uzi's verse is insane, and Thug's verse is dope, and all the ad libs are fire. You just can't go wrong with Uzi and Thug on the song.
Knocks it out of the park every fucking time. And then back to you, Alec. Close it out.
Back up. I'm going with
one more, right?
Yeah, I got
two more.
Alec close this out.
Yeah. So I'm going with a collaboration that we will unfortunately never get to hear again. R.I.P. Pop Smoke, but Pop Smoke and Little TJ, I'm going Mannequin. I think that they had such a good chemistry together. I mean, they did War together, they did Mannequin, and over that Axel Beats, that drill New York sound that we've been talking about, I think they both complemented the shit out of each other, and I'm pissed off we're not really – just sad in general that we're not really going to be able to hear that because that was one of my favorite songs of the year for sure. And then I am going with my 5th and final song. I'm going to go with – I think it came out in 2020 because I think I was at Lee's in Philly when it came out. Out West, Travis Scott, Young Thug. That song.
Wow, did that come out this year?
Yeah, that was 2020.
I think it might have. Holy shit, dude. This year seems like it's been like 7 years long.
And I was surprised no one really said this song yet because it's a bop. And it's just, Young Thug and Travis Scott, how can you go fucking wrong? But really good song.
That's crazy that came out this year. That seems like forever ago.
Yeah, I mean, we're already 5.5 months into the year.
I'm pretty sure that was before Kobe died that came out.
It was probably right around that time. It was definitely this year. Lee, you're back on the clock, kid.
Fuck. This is hard. This is definitely hard. I'm split between 2 songs now, but I'm gonna have to give some love to Nav, I guess. And I'm gonna go with. I can't go with I'm Up because it just came out yesterday. But I'll go with the song with Future.
Okay.
Which is My Business. I was going to go with Gucci Gucci with Lil Durk and Gunna, but I already put Gunna in like 3 of the songs that I picked. Or like 2 of the songs I picked, so
you guys both dropped in a song from the last like week.
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
me.
but I mean, I didn't.
Well,
I don't
you had
want to
Drake.
go with
Well, yeah, I
like
guess
all
Drake's
Eternal
wasn't.
Take
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah.
Drake's wasn't good.
Should I do another Eternal Take song right now?
Please don't.
I got one from the first one and one from the second one, and then I moved on.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take that same approach. So I'm gonna go number 5, No Auto, Lil Durk and Lil Uzi, baby.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, but at least put Dirk on one of the songs.
Yeah, I'll throw Dirk in the mix.
Yeah,
Get
Dirk
him
deserves
going.
some credit. He's been killing it this year.
He's having a good year.
All right, so that was a fun little segment. Let's talk about what 5 songs we had. Just repeating it, just in case anybody wants to listen to all the songs and they didn't get to hear it or
we should
play
just
it
make
back.
a playlist out of it. We should just make a playlist out of it.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. All right, so I'll make a playlist of the 15 songs that we chose. I'm sure a lot of you are going to have heard these songs, but if not, you get a little playlist of something that you can run to, go to the gym to. So
if not, you can just listen to YSL and Lil Uzi all day because that's what the entire playlist is going to be.
Yeah, if you want to follow the playlist, just search up Eternal Take, and probably the first thing that pops up.
But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 4 of Check the Tide. If there are any segments you would like us to do, please reach out and let us know. We fucking got you. Until next week.